You ready?
For what?
To be Emma. You're in witness protection. You need to live a quiet life here.
This place is rotten.
Not attract attention to yourself.
Hey.
And be very careful who you form attachments to.
Can you tell me your secrets in 10 words, 30 seconds, whatever it is? Like, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. It is a dark, mysterious murderous roller coaster ride with three people you never really know if they're the victim or the villain.
I think in its simplest form, it is a woman trying to start again after falling in love with the wrong person, wanting to find peace, wanting to hide. And that event in itself is hugely triggering to a planet on the other side of the cosmos. And that planet is Mary, a mother searching for her daughter, who believes all the answers lie with the woman trying to hide. And it's the pursuit of that in its simplest form. A woman tries to hide, somebody tries to find her. And it's all about answering questions about a past, which is pretty murky to everyone involved.
And everyone makes the wrong choices.
Yeah, kind of. And the right choices at different points. I think I wanted to write something that was very morally open. I don't make judgments on those characters. I think they're all very provocative in their own ways. I really did just let that innate energy of all of them and the desires that they had, I let those flow and followed those. I was led by the characters, and I think it does give you a challenging show, and they aren't always at all, mostly they don't do likable things, but I think it's great to put that out there, particularly sort of through the prism of intriguing female characters, and see, how do we judge them, or do we judge them?
What was it like sort of having this idea, putting this on paper, and then sort of seeing that vision come to light, like coming to set your first day or whatever, being like, I wrote that thing and now they're saying it. That's, it
was amazing. And I tell you what was almost more amazing, Mara, was meeting my cast on those first meetings where, like with Hamish, who plays John, he was on the phone. I heard his voice and I got goosebumps. I thought, oh my God, I just spoke to John Tyler. It was so strange. So I think that's the most amazing thing, meeting Lily and having her take on this extraordinary character. The same for Amy and Enrique. That was amazing. But then, to work with incredible directors and production designers and cinematographers and the world of the Bayou in Louisiana, to see that coming to fruition, it was wonderful, an absolute thrill. And I am a real fan of all of this anyway. To see it on my own show was absolutely wonderful.
When the season ends, like I mentioned, more people are alive than I would have thought, if I'm being honest. And you're sort of set up for a potential season 2. But where do you think the show can go from here?
I mean, I honestly feel like it's been set up in a way that we could go a few different directions, and I can't give anything away, but this was set up as a potential limited in one version of it that could have gone on. And I feel like there are different avenues of extending, but without giving any secrets away, I can't really divulge much more.
I think what's wonderful about the show is it absolutely works as a standalone season. It has delivered a wonderfully satisfying storyline that I think an audience that is really bought in is not going to feel, oh God, we have to wait till season 2. But I think season 2 is perfectly set up. So I know where it goes, and I think it's a show that will build an extraordinary following, but equally it lives there in its entirety, and I hope does a very good job of repaying an audience's faith in staying with us for 10 episodes.
The show it's pretty intense. I mean, I have to imagine the cinematography has something to do with it, the locations. How did you sort of keep that sort of like, I don't want to just say intense again, but like there's some darkness.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that, I think the location did, aside from obviously Harriet's amazing scripts that just, as you're reading it, that intensity, it's pulling you through as you're going. But honestly, like when you're just there and in that location, and I remember when Harriet, she had written it, I think initially for the UK before we had come on board, and then she reset it in Louisiana, and we read it when it was set in Louisiana, but then she did a pass at it once she had finally been to Louisiana. Once we got there, it just took on this whole new life, because when you're there and in that setting, it's absorbing, and it just is this whole different environment that just takes over everything. And so it just comes through on the screen so naturally as well, I think.
How do you keep it light on set?
I think it starts by we're all very mindful of this, of hiring good people who want to have a good time, especially when you're making something as intense as this, because, you know, we're out there, and we're, like I said, we're out there in the swamps, in the trenches together. And so you need people who are going to be able to just kind of like laugh it off. And like, you're sitting here one day and you're like, yeah, like I am a swamp person now. Like I've just let it comes over you. You're sitting in 100 degrees and just coming up with like inside jokes and just all of the gross, horrible things in nature that's just like getting thrown at you. You just need to be able to like laugh about it. And then we were just in an amazing city of New Orleans, and you know, we just bonded. Like everybody, you know, went out, and from the crew and cast, and like it was just I feel like it was a unique experience where everybody really just got along. And I feel like that's, a testament to that city as well.
There are so many things that all of us aren't telling each other all of the time.
Time to say goodbye.
I found you.